Good morning, everyone. I'm Vanshita Mishra, and in this video, I'm about to present the synopsis of my detailed study on my subject watermelon. I selected this fruit because it is a succulent summer fruit which is juicy and makes summers more refreshing. Apart from this, I really like the color composition and taste of watermelon, which makes it my favorite fruit. Mark Twain, an American writer, proclaimed that to eat a watermelon is to know what angels eat. The angels, however, would have gagged if they had eaten the watermelon's wild ancestor, a bitter fruit with hard, pale green flesh. Generations of selective breeding, spanning several countries and cultures, produce the sweet red fruit that's now a common sight on picnic tables. The history of watermelons dates back 5,000 years ago and was first cultivated by indigenous people of Kalahari Desert in South Africa. It was prized for its ability to store water, and gradually watermelon found its way to Egypt, where it was first improved and was transformed into a sweet fruit. You can also see a picture paintings present in Egyptian tombs where the watermelon looks like what we can see now. By the 7th century, it was cultivated in India and found its way to China by the 10th century. Through this, I can say that this transformation from a bitter to a sweet succulent fruit became the reason of spread to different countries. Moving on to the scientific factors of watermelon, the scientific word for watermelon is Citrullus lanatus. I realized that I have been consuming these juicy watermelons for such a long time without even noticing the variety of nutrients and plant compounds which help in hydration, digestion, preventing diseases, muscle soreness, and no wonder why my hair and skin look more healthier during summer. However, too much consumption always results in something bad. In the end, I came to this interesting finding that watermelon has 92% water, but it still retains its form, which makes it an ironical fruit. Also, it is relished for its medicinal purposes as there is a cultural significance of watermelon due to its nutritional value as mentioned by Greeks, Romans, Islams, and Egyptian mythology. Apart from this, the interesting fact I came to know is that each part of watermelon can be consumed. For example, the rind is pickles, the pulp in many ways, solid or liquid, cold or warm, and this makes it a versatile fruit as well. Now, talking about the non material aspects, watermelon has a fluid symbolism. Its symbols keep contradicting from context to context. For example, in dreams, it symbolizes love, lust, passion, fertility, and in China, it symbolizes longevity or even immortality. But if we look at another context of watermelon stereotype, that is racism, the white Americans symbolize watermelons with uncleanliness, laziness, and childishness. Moving forward to my observational study with the most available variety near me, that is sugar baby watermelons. While identifying watermelons from nearby stores, I came to this conclusion that the preferences depend on the market availability, physiography, and geographical locations. Also, going to stores reminded me of my memories of buying watermelons with my dad and him tapping to check the freshness. Well, coming back to my study, the most interesting thing I noticed was that they have contrasting colors, which is a combination of warm and cool colors, red and green. The color also tells about the ripeness of the fruit. The darker it is, the more sweeter, texturous, and juicy it becomes. The pulp and rind both have different textures, and I could notice strong to faint lines on both, which is different directions. The rind and seed both act as a protection layer for the soft red pulp and the soft white part inside the seed. The alignment of seeds also seems to be in an imaginary line, but some seem to lose their track. Finally, coming to the interview part, which was the most interesting part for me. I chose to do interviews because I felt that people before my generation have more experience and a proper interaction can be insightful. I interacted with people from Bhubaneswar, Odisha, and Uttar Pradesh who were mostly my family members or distant family members. I noticed that most of them don't have much knowledge about the names of different varieties but could differentiate them by mentioning visual aspects. Through these interviews, I analyzed that watermelon has a social element. that it promotes togetherness and kinship in the memories shared by family members as well as my memories. This togetherness also shows satisfaction and love of sitting with our loved ones and sharing the fruit because it is big and has a lot of quantity to share. Also, from my observational study and my interviews, I can say that the shape of watermelon has remained the same over time even though it has gone through multiple mutations and genetic improvements. Thank you.